Celeste Productions, as I mentioned earlier, Celeste Productions Incorporated, it's an umbrella organization. So I do have the music coaching segment of what I do under that. I have the live performance segment under that, writing and recording my music and all that good stuff. I'm also a band leader, not a marching band, but all the people that I work with, you know, I'm the leader of the band, so to speak. So I do lots of things under that umbrella. One of my latest ventures under Celeste Productions is my radio program, which I love, 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 love doing it. It came up very quickly, the opportunity in July of last year, 2010. I had an opportunity to jump on getting a broadcasting, getting a show that I could design, create, produce any content that I wanted, you know, completely. We broadcasted from WHPR here in Detroit and / Highland Park, Michigan, and wonderful little station. It's a pioneering station, and basically my show is called Celeste Productions Incorporated Presents Made in Detroit, celebrating Detroit's entrepreneurial spirit. And my concept was that I wanted to do a couple of things. I wanted to focus on the 313. I always say I love my suburbs, and all the surrounding places in Metro Detroit, but I really have a passion for shining the light and the spotlight on the brilliance and the talent and the things going on in my beloved 313 area code of Detroit, Michigan. So the concept for the show was to show off music and that was produced and recorded and made by Detroiters in Detroit, and also to show off entrepreneurial businesses as well. The idea of the music side of it, being a fellow musician, all the music that I played during that hour of my radio show was entirely by Detroit artists. My radio program was my opportunity to take an hour. Even though the show could have been longer, I could have made it longer, but I chose to purposely keep it to just an hour so that during that time we could show off the music of my fellow Detroit artists, and nearly every week, just about maybe 3 weeks out of a month or so, I would have a different guest. And so it was basically music and talk. And my guests were entrepreneurs from every kind of industry that you could think of. I had restaurateurs, I had hair, you know, people in the hair industry, fellow psychologists, counselors. One young man who was a musician played live in our studio, so that was a wonderful show. They were all wonderful shows. And then he came back because he's an artist as well, working in with paints and all of that kind of medium. So I had artists from different kinds of artistry. So yes, it was a wonderful opportunity to really show off the brilliance and the entrepreneurship in the city of Detroit. And I consider the music side of it to be part of that entrepreneurial spirit, because these are people who took their passion, took what they love to do, and for many of them it's their, like myself, that's also part of their profession, and as their own bosses, guiding their own ship, if you will, put their music down, got it on the map, released it. So really enjoyed doing the show. One of the reasons that I'm speaking of it in the past tense is because it is not canceled in my mind at this moment. It is, however, temporarily suspended. I made the decision to suspend the show in December of 2010, and I fully plan to bring it back to you. I'm deciding right at the moment in what form I will bring it to you. Occasionally I do upload behind the scenes episodes, which are always fun, on my YouTube channel, which is just, you know, YouTube me at Angela Celeste May. I don't do stage names. I want you to know who I am. Angela Celeste May is not Chi Chi, it's Angela Celeste May. Anyway, So I'm always easy to find. You just Google my first, middle, and last name. There it is. But yes, that's my YouTube channel. I don't broadcast from there, but like I said, sometimes I'll upload behind the scenes or filming while we film type of thing, just to give you some ideas of what we do at the radio station. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to decide at this time if I will continue with the station. I love working from there, but it is commercial time, whereas podcasting is not, as you well know, or even uploading straight from YouTube is not, as you does not need sponsors, as you know. But the radio show, being a commercial entity, requires sponsors, and I had some wonderful sponsors throughout the tenure that I was on. But you know, the economy, it gets a little interesting. Lots of wonderful support for the show, but some of that sponsorship, it wasn't quite enough to help us stay on the air. So I'm still deciding, but if anyone is interested perhaps in being a sponsor, I can say very, very quickly, basically it's beyond affordable, very, very affordable. Yeah, so if anyone is interested in possibly considering being a sponsor, definitely contact me. Sponsorship is, is beyond affordable, and it gives you a chance to get your name out there for your business or your personal message, and of course supports the show. So look forward to continuing with that in 2011. I'll be doing live shows with my various groups in 2011 as well, with my band 3Play, my jazz trio. So look for all of that in the future. But in closing, I think that first of all, I would commend the women doing this show, because it's so important on so many different levels. We've got to continue to support each other. As we know, for African Americans, for black folks around the world, for people of color around the world, our hair has never just been about hair. It has always represented our crowning glory. It has represented our station in life. It has represented our part. We are not our hair, but it represents a part of the beauty of what God has given us. And I think that the more, it goes hand in hand. We're holistic human beings. I am a psychologist, so I'm an expert in human behavior. Trust me when I say that the more that you take care of, love, and embrace any part of yourself, your physicality, your hair, it reverberates in your relationships, in your businesses, and all. It's like ripples in a river. So I would say, stay humble, got to stay thankful, and don't be afraid to be who you are, and remain passionate about who you are. And God bless, and have a wonderful 2011.